Make sure 5 o'clock. Call the meeting to order. Special budget meeting Monday, June 29th, 26, 5 p.m. Roll call. Erwin Comfrey. Here. Mike Netlin. Present. Jody Bjornson's here. Keith Warney. We know Bill Hodge will not be here. Stand for pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there a sheet to sign?
Oh, you want me to grab one?
What?
Oh.
It's a good one for the regular meeting too.
That one's free today.
Nothing's free.
Jody, I had one mention to be there tonight. I scheduled that picture all and stuff.
Oh, it happens.
So,
Yeah, well, we'll do what we do. All right, so we've got the liquor store.
Okay, yeah, liquor store expenditures up first here.
No changes in salaries.
No, and why is that?
Oh, I suppose you're still short, but you got that new one that started, right?
She is gonna start this week, yes.
So there probably should be something different. We had it for 73,000 for 26. People get their step increases, right?
Yeah. Probably, and remember, all of this is gonna mirror off sale as well when we go down there.
So what, you got part-time, right?
Yeah, she will be part-time. And I don't know how much she'll actually work over the winter. She is a school teacher.
73, we better put it to at least what, 4,000?
At least.
Yeah, they'll mirror on the other one too, so it'll be split, but that should get us a ballpark on it at least.
There we go. That's. We actually go back.
Okay, so that would just be steps on that one then.
There we go. Okay, part-time.
So on this one, it is up higher.
Yeah, I think that would be more than adequate.
Yeah, for admin salaries, what do we do for that?
Oh, well, okay, well, we haven't done anything with it yet. Let's look back here real quick. Okay, okay, well, I think maybe we ought to just get rid of it.
Yeah, because Heather, you do all your own admin, basically, you turn stuff into the clerk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Can we back up one on the part-time salary? 25,489, but we budgeted 17,000 this year and have only used $493.
I think that's a little aggressive.
Yeah, that's quite aggressive. What do you have? You have Bob and the new gal, right, Heather?
Yeah, now, we had Lisa for a hot minute and Josh. But honestly, I mean,
That number can't be right.
at the time will be split now.
It's split, it'll be split on both too, on this run on sale and off sale.
But
This is total.
between the people, so I mean, I
It-
don't
it-
know if
this
it'll
is-
really change. But we also had a lot of time last year where we didn't have,
That 647 can't be right, because if Bob's getting paid on part-time, I'm sure he's gotten paid well, way more than that.
I would assume so. Yes, no.
Is it being charged on sale?
I'll look into it. It's he was under part-time, but
Unless it's on the,
Sometimes maybe it's a-
unless it's on the other side. On the off sale or something, or you got more of it.
We got the same amount in on sale
as
for,
ours.
as off sale for part-time
I think
salaries.
they mirror each other is what he just said.
Yeah,
earlier.
it's split, it splits.
So it's, well,
Just get rid of that.
This one we need to put up over here. Okay, well, and what I believe is on sale here, we have 14,000 in part-time. And we have 25, so maybe make them both 14.
Yeah, I'd say make them both 14 should be reasonable, right? Two part-timers, if you split them in between. That should be great, 20. 'Cause they don't work a whole lot of hours. Bob doesn't work a whole lot of hours, does he?
no. I think that, kind of think that maybe we upped it last year. Did we up it last year?
Last year we budgeted 17.
Yeah, the year before we had it at 14. I think we were hopeful we'd find people who would stick and people would finally start taking time off, but that hasn't. Cause no one's really stuck besides Bob.
I mean, would you ever consider another full-time position? Just to, so you get somebody locked in? Because I feel like sometimes it's like we're gambling over it, right?
I don't wanna gamble on this position. I don't wanna give someone a full-time position and then have them show up and call in and leave. Like, I feel like full-time should be earned. I feel like you should start at part-time and then get full-time.
Okay. And has anyone reached that threshold yet, or is it still just?
I would also give you a chance to vet them too, to see if they're.
Yeah.
If they don't show up for part-time, they're not gonna show up for full.
Right.
So how do you handle vacations and just call-ins, sick call-ins, and then this family medical stuff? Are people taking advantage of that?
Oh, gosh, no.
No?
No. You don't really call in. I mean, it's gotta be bad for us to call in and everyone's really good at covering each other's backs. I mean, Rachel was got United. It's just the three of us for so long that just kind of became the norm. So,
Almost gotta set up a cot in the basement.
yeah, I feel like I should some days. Especially in the next couple weeks, we should definitely have a full blown bed in the basement.
Paris, all that stuff.
No, these will have to get adjusted after
Yeah,
these.
the rest of
but,
the wages.
yeah.
Well, you're cheap on office supplies. You don't use much office supplies.
Sure.
But you've only used a little over half of it so far.
I mean, it's related to paper clips, printer paper. And I don't even know if I always put the pens in the office supplies. I sometimes put them in the operating supplies because we don't really use them. I mean, they're used more in the bar and the first meeting. And the customers steal them all, so.
Oh, okay. Do they at least say like northbound spirits or anything?
No,
Oh,
no, we buy the cheaper packs
okay, fair enough.
and spend them on pens, they'll get stolen.
We're over half on operating supplies. Are you comfortable with it?
Yeah,
Back up, can we back up to, employer paid life? In 26, we budgeted $110.
Yeah.
Here it's $1,100.
We got extra zero in.
Typo.
Operating supplies, you're comfortable? 6,000? Close. Entertainment is zero, isn't that where we put our bands and stuff?
Not in the off sale.
On
That one
uniform,
is just on.
on uniform allowance, are we over budgeted there?
Well, it depends on how many people are working, because the uniform budget is like the midsummer shirts and the Earl shirt.
25, we budgeted 450 and we used 248.50. This year we've budgeted 450, we've used 27.37.
Okay, well, yeah, and 24, I don't think we've ever reached that 450. I think, yeah, the most we've gotten to is 248.
So maybe put it down to 250 and you split that one too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've, that, yeah.
We put it down to 250. So merchandise.
That's also an iffy one. Might be resale.
You sure it's not that?
I think that they go in there. They go in there, the holiday steins go in there. Yeah. But I do plan on ordering. We have 2 different shirts that we have come on for midsummer, plus I reordered some more of the ones that we had gotten over Ergo, because those ones sold really well, and I do have some planned out for the hunting season.
So we're probably fairly close on it though.
We back up to repair and maintenance, and it looks like we're over also. And we gotten upgraded coolers for the beer in the off sale. So there wouldn't be,
But we contracted for that repair and maintenance, I think, for what, 3 years? I think it was the contract.
I think, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's twice a year, right?
This, bring it in the fall.
Yeah, that's twice a year, so that's probably just one that's up there now for one visit.
so
So
if you
And
take a
then-
look at 25,
that was,
the year was 1972.
that was
We did.
before we had this contract to do this maintenance on the coolers and on the air conditioning and all that. That just started this last
You're
year.
saying the 1,096 is the contract payment?
Yeah, that's well,
And then whatever.
part of that is the contract thing.
Following it parts on. You never can tell when something, even if it's new, you can't tell if it's gonna have an issue and break down.
So it's fairly, I think it's fairly close.
You always need a buffer. Because
You never know.
there's a lot of unknowns.
Your air conditioner goes out tomorrow when it's 101
In fact,
degrees.
we just had to get a belt replaced on the. I think it was a belt on the air conditioner.
So we thinking we need to maybe go up a few $100?
No, I think
I
that's
think it should be fine.
split, so it should
Okay.
be fine.
All right.
I think that's all right there, because if you're gonna buy some new t-shirts, it'll be close. Liquor purchases and beer purchases, you never know.
Yeah,
It's a shot in the dark.
I mean, I think that's kind of driven by the revenue side,
you're right.
right?
Depends on if we need it or not.
So just on first blush with that new beer cave. Have you seen an uptick in sales on the offset?
Lots of things we never sold before are. Have picked up a lot, like the different, because we have. The White Claws alone, there's so many different flavors. And before, the 6-packs were all on the shelf. The 6-packs have picked up in sales. The different variety packs that used to sit on the shelf, they outsell some of the ones that were selling the best before, just because they were cold. And we have a
We're gonna
ton
get
of
an
new
ROI on
items.
it then?
Huh?
Gonna get an ROI on it?
Rachel was right. I think if it's cold, it's sold.
And we have so many new different beers and different seltzers and different, I wish they'd stop, but they keep coming.
Yeah, I was in there the other night, we were going up camp and I picked up a 12-pack and man, there's quite a selection.
Oh,
of
yeah.
beer in there.
Yeah,
So,
in cans and bottles, 12 ounce, 16 ounce.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Right now it's real light, because of course they. Fourth and for midsummer. Just had a really big beer order the other day, so hopefully the next few will be small.
Looks like our hemp resale has been going pretty well.
It took a bit to catch on, but yeah, especially now that you have people coming in from out of town.
Yeah, that really picked up.
Uh,
Yeah,
Yeah, we're almost halfway through the year and it's about half there, so. Is these numbers for end of May or are they current?
they are till about a week ago.
Okay, so it's pretty close then. Pretty close to half the year.
Okay.
That's looking pretty good.
Have you heard anything more about November?
Nothing.
Nothing, been radio silent?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
That's need to stay out of it.
I know.
On the snack ice soda purchase, that should be increased. Because in 25, we budgeted 19, but spent 19,487. We've 19 and we're over halfway there, and with inflation, I'm wondering if we should bump that up to maybe 20,000.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bump a thousand on it. Can't hurt. Should we bump that hemp resale back up to 6 where we had it for last year? On the hemp, 2 down. Since we're already,
Yeah, we're probably gonna make it. It's just $6,000 the way it's looking.
Yeah.
Back to 6.
Which one are you on?
Yeah.
Justin?
Low potency hemp.
hemp, we put back up to 6.
Oh,
Fairly close, I guess. We're halfway, almost halfway there.
well,
How is your telephone, fax, internet only at $57?
Because everything else on that bill goes into, because we have,
Internet, and you have.
and then we have the cable, no,
I just did one of them too.
So there's other,
cable is 0 down here, but that doesn't make sense, because
Or is this off sale and the other one's on sale where you'd have all your TVs and whatnot?
it's a split one,
Okay.
and we just split that in half, but, I have like 3 different codes on my West Central bill. One is for the telephone and fax and internet, which is not that much because the other one is equipment. And that's where all the camera stuff comes in. And then the other one is the cable, which that one is only in the on sale.
Well, we only got one line item for it on this. Bill? Is there only one line item on it for this, or is there the other ones? This seems
So
weird.
it's 321, 385, and what is it on? 419.
385 and 419.
So 419 would be your equipment.
Let's scroll down, but let's get to 385 and 419.
385 would be the cable, so that's not gonna be in the off sale. That's only gonna be on the on sale side.
419 is the lease. Close there. So that $1,100 on that first one on can probably go down then.
On which one?
Way back up where we were at the TV.
Yeah.
321.
Yeah, through telephone, fax, internet, that could go down to probably a couple hundred, done it. We're only at $60.
Yeah, she's got $11 going there.
So I'd put that at a couple hundred then.
Went to any liquor conventions at all?
I haven't had the people to cover anything.
I'd really love to send Heather to some different bars, right? Just to kind of see what they're doing. Maybe they have something that's attracting a younger audience. Maybe there's something she can glean to bring back here. I mean, I know that our kind of bread and butter is the off sale, right? We got a lot of space in the on sale area, and I just think that at this point, any ideas?
A lot of space in there also.
Yeah.
All I can tell you is we're struck on sale at the VFW is down, on sale at the Wadena VFW is down. The other VFWs we associate with are all down. You know, the day of bar drinking, it's not what it used to be.
The only thing that I could think of, and I've talked to Rachel about it kind of, is maybe integrating the THC drinks into the bar, but I would need ground rules and
Oh, you have to monitor.
monitor it hard.
Cause they can only have one drink in 4 hours or something.
Well, when I went to DL, they had 0 rules with it, which is crazy because I think by law, you only have to follow the rules of intoxication. But it's so, I mean, if you've seen anyone with any kind of THC, it's so sneaky and it hits everyone different. I know there's a lot of places in Moorhead that they give you a band and your band says THC only, and you're only allowed one every like 2 to 3 hours. So, I mean, that's one way to do it, but I'm unsure if I even want to mess with it, but I think that it would help bring in, especially some of the younger crowd.
Yeah, but is it worth the hassle?
Exactly, and that's where we're sitting at, and then I don't know what it would do with insurance with it, because right now our insurance knows we don't do it in on sale. So I don't know what it would do with that, and like I said, it's just, I don't know if I want to. That's the only thing that I can really.
A lot of liability for the city.
Because our Thursdays, I mean, even because on Thursdays, the Lions, we have the e-races and the meat raffle, and some of them are amazing and some of them not. But you guys do the meat raffle and the horse races on Friday, and then you found, I think, Nimrod does Friday and Sunday, and Huntersville does Friday and Saturday.
Everybody got into it to try to attract traffic.
And I know I got some information on like a music bingo. I'm gonna reach out to the guy and see more what that's about. That might be something fun, but then we might have to come up with prizes.
I was looking at the numbers and I specifically looked at Mondays. The on sale Mondays isn't a very.
No, but we have to be there till 10 anyway because we have off sale. So you might as well just have the bar
Does the
open.
same person cover both?
Yes.
So we're not incurring any extra overhead.
No.
Being open on.
Monday is one person on the day shift, one person on the night shift. Wednesday is also 1 and 1. Thursday and Tuesday we do a day shift and then like a split shift. Tuesdays because that's when our trucks come in. So you have 3 people on that day, but that split shift is like on Thursday it's 1 to 8, but on Tuesdays it's like 12 to. And then Friday and Saturday we try to do 2 and 2, but if it's slow, 1 leaves. So
when I was looking at the numbers, that's what I wanted to ask you is if on Mondays, one person was covering both on and off.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
On Wednesdays when that golf crowd comes in, it gets pretty wild there for an hour or 2. So
yeah.
only one person on during them? Wow, Travis does a good job covering it.
Yeah, Scotty does pretty good. And they all know him.
I was gonna say, everybody knows what everybody drinks, so as soon as they walk in, it's.
Yeah, and Tuesdays, that's also a reason why we have the split shift is because on Tuesday you get both the men and women. And women have started coming in on Thursdays now too, kind of noonish, noon to 2. Summertime golfers. We like that.
Well, we better keep moving.
Yep.
Property insurance is stable. Haven't heard anything major.
No. I think our overall insurance went down this year, didn't it?
Yeah, a little
I
bit.
feel like
Yeah.
it was 56.
Yeah, it wasn't much, but it went down a little surprisingly.
And Heather, you would have seen that because I just printed the check this morning.
Our electric's looking
The
good.
utility
Yeah.
looks like that could be lowered a little.
Might be able to take that down to 8 since we're not quite halfway yet, but
I think that's pretty safe.
be reasonable.
Mm.
Don't do that anymore, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yes.
That looks about right since it gets used more in the winter.
Yep.
Our cleaning needs to go up if we're already at 755.
Yeah.
Unless there was some special. Is there any special cleaning on that? On offset?
Well, no, Offsell only gets the one cleaning,
So we need to up
so he
that.
must up his prices for the big clean.
It was 15 and
Cause every May we do the big wax and both on sale and off sale.
And that's why that 755 is there.
Yeah.
That was half of that one.
Yeah, so that was half of that.
Nothing has been charged this year so far.
755. This is current, that's not.
I mean, I hit print on these, last Thursday?
Did we just get a big bill in?
Yeah, we would have gotten our May bill in June. At some point, I don't know when the email came.
So what,
I feel like
900?
you're gone when I got it.
Yeah, we better take that up to 9.
yeah,
so
it's
we're
been a
covered.
little while. A couple weeks, I think. Because I had to contact him because they were trying to. have
That's
us
gonna
in
be
the-
right on.
So yeah, that might need to go up a little if we're not quite halfway yet, but we would have paid this would be for the May bill though, if it's paid in June, right? For your equipment lease, or is it current?
That one should be current.
No, yeah,
So that would be for June, so yeah, you don't have to up it $100,
Yeah.
2,300, that would make it right there. That's all this pretend stuff. Dues and subscriptions. We didn't use any.
we will. I think they come out in November.
And we had 830 last year.
So that's about right then.
That's for like your MLBA, your
Capital outlay. Putting away for future, I imagine.
Yep.
Yeah. 37.5, that's back to our 75,000 over to the city.
That's right. Then we're gonna be moving into on sale here. We bumped up salaries already. We put part-time at 14 and we removed admin salaries.
Yeah. Well, salaries we put at 77, so that's.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it,
It's-
sir.
Yes, sir. All these are gonna get
Yeah, they'll get
Changed.
adjusted. Oh,
The entertainment one, that's where you're paying for like the bands for midsummers and
the DJs.
you just to come
And we
in.
always keep that a little high just in case I want to buy something new.
Is that also the pay-per-view coming out of there? Oh, okay. Sorry, just asking.
Everybody goes to Scotty's Garage for the pay-per-view event.
Is he charging a cover?
It should.
sure he should for all the
I'm
stuff
talking
he
about
says.
buying one of those quarter pushing games for the garage.
Pretty reasonable.
Hey, uniform, yeah. We want to lower this one too?
Yeah, she was gonna buy more shirts, so that's
Okay.
And
split between. It doesn't take long to run that much.
we went to 250 for off sale on that.
250,
Yeah,
but yeah, that would work.
250 here?
Yeah. Split should be enough. Still suggesting gaming.
Yeah,
What is a pack of cigarettes cost nowadays?
we charge $14.50.
Holy.
I think they're 12 or 13 at the gas stations.
Some are.
For cigarettes?
15. Yeah.
Jeez.
for cigarettes?
Yeah.
You sell many?
Yeah, we get the convenience.
I stopped in New York 15 years ago and they were $12 for a pack.
From when I quit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know.
Stay out of that state.
From when I started.
I used to buy them for 25 cents a pack at the PX.
You're showing your age now, Mike.
Huh?
You're showing your age.
Unreal.
Didn't they come in MREs too?
They did, four to a box, squares we call them, because they were packed so tight they came out square.
For the non-smokers, they just sold them to you guys then?
Oh, yeah, yeah, we'd swap dessert for them or whatever.
Yeah.
Toilet tissue, whatever it took.
Liquor.
It's all a guessing game there.
I mean, beer's kind of set to be behind, but,
Midsummer's coming.
yeah.
In 25, we spent 22,927. And there's been inflation since then.
I think we're close
I'd
enough
leave
for,
it.
budgeting.
Snacks.
That's all, like I said, it's all guessing games there. Our credit card fees, that's what we're getting reimbursed for anyway, right?
Yeah, so
We're
much.
charging for them, so.
Yeah.
Telephone, fax, internet is one we can take down. What do we take it down to, the other one?
Yeah, 200.
200 down. Like we could take that one down.
I'm always hopeful that they'll go somewhere, right? And yeah, okay, well,
Don't they have a liquor convention, the state liquor convention?
Oh, I don't know. And then all the different people have. I've been invited to at least one every year.
In the past, we've allocated 300.
I was gonna
I
say,
just jumped to 2,000.
I was gonna say, let's kick that down to.
yeah, okay.
That's kind of high.
Take it down to like 750 in case we get somebody to go somewhere.
Yeah, that, okay.
Don't they have like a liquor tasting convention?
Yeah, they have like a 3-day thing.
I'll go.
I'm not trying to force you to go anywhere, but you get to go and see new products and
I know.
things like that, it's
I want to bring Rachel with me though. She drinks things that I don't drink. And my taste buds have not been the same since COVID. I used to hate seltzers and now I like
Sure.
them.
Take one for the team.
You don't want
Rodeo
to
comes-
test the freaking tequila. Again, are we gonna budget somewhere for you to bail me out of jail if I get drunk at a convention on tequila?
That's in miscellaneous.
Okay.
Well, the convention's at a place where they have like, you get.
We'll take that out of our
whatever.
police budget.
Sorry, Amy.
Like our electric's a little down on that one too.
You're right, yeah.
I take that down to what, 7,500 for electric?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
you know what?
That new cooler must be that much more efficient.
Well, we switched to LED lighting in that
Yeah,
cooler.
with the LEDs and then those new cooling units, I think are that much more efficient. Because they're helping that old one with that opening in between.
Yeah,
So it's cut the electric is down.
yeah, substantially down.
That's
They
good.
must have made an adjustment on that door, because I remember when I went in there before, when it was first installed, there was always like a gap here. When I went in the other night, it slammed itself shut and line, like it aligned it.
I kind of wonder, but I think, yeah. I don't know. I don't think they've come in and adjusted it at all.
Broke in.
Because it still has the kind of like little gap on the bottom of the floor dips.
Or just maybe it's the person that went in or out after, before I got there, left it open, because open about this much. It was supposed to
Yeah, no,
close on its own,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they got the self.
Yeah.
On.
yeah, no, but it was for a while there. It would leave a gap because I would go and push on it.
Sure.
So I don't, maybe they did when they came and did the maintenance stuff. Who knows?
But yeah, you made a good point, Jody. Maybe it's that much more efficient.
I think it is. I think it really is with those new ones that help on the old one. That old one used to work so hard.
Well, and the weather's been really nice too. So it's not like we've had the heat way up and the air way up.
Yeah. Been good.
No.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can notice that my home's just not running.
Okay, so this was 25 was, yeah, okay, yeah, let's look at,
It's a little way better.
oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely better.
Yeah, it is. All things considered.
Look at capital, is there any thing you're looking at in the next few years that you'd want to improve or replace or repair or anything?
It's just one.
I bet
I
there's some
would-
multiple things in it.
Yeah, I would like to have just like uniform flooring throughout the whole place, into the bathrooms, like, I mean, it doesn't have to be in uniform, but I feel like it would just be cheaper. Like, get that old carpet out of the entryways and lay new flooring and just, yeah, new flooring would be great. But I also wouldn't mind new awnings. Cause those are old and ratty.
How
I have
about
one in the front.
repaint on the inside?
Ralph just did that over COVID.
Yeah, it's not bad now. We've probably got a few ceiling tiles that still need fixed.
Yeah, the tiles could be livened up there.
Well, it's right now, I mean, we're under 10K from last year's budget. I mean, would like to see that maybe put into capital outlay and, move that 5 grand to 15.
I'll get 5 on each. So you get 10 grand, so maybe 2 off sales. You'd like an off sale and on sale.
Yeah, I would like it everywhere.
The whole floor is
Yeah, the entryway.
not in great shape.
Well, when we went through, when I first started, I found all the tiles downstairs, the extra ones. You wouldn't be able to use those. They were nowhere near the same color. I wouldn't mind that.
Would that be your high priority one? Flooring?
The flooring or the awnings would be, either one of those two would be my higher priority.
Like parking lot.
That just need to be resurfaced.
It needs to be resurfaced, yeah. And we've just been filling in the potholes for years now, so it wouldn't be bad to actually just get it done.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Well, we've got Howard that's talking about us stuff if we shouldn't.
Well, they're here already.
The alley is shot.
Yeah, the alley
I mean,
is.
the alley is completely shot. That should be in on this.
Well, they're here already. Why should be done for less? That's our.
Well, that's
They don't have transportation.
Maybe we should get a quote on it.
Howard's is the ones that are doing the city streets.
Yeah.
Oh, they did, Greenwoods as well. Looks
Yeah.
really
Nice
nice.
job down there.
Yeah, so just since they're going to be here anyway, well, the alley would be on the city. That's an alleyway. So
I can still call and tell them.
that would be the part of the city, but the parking lot itself would be on yours. If there was a time to do it, it would be after midsummer, of course,
Yeah,
when they do the beach. They'd still be in town for that, so it would be the.
And you use that as a negotiating tactic too, to say, as long as you're in town, give us your best price. They're not gonna have to deploy equipment or anything.
Right,
They won't have
they're
to
all
mobilize
here.
it, they'll be right here.
that we're paying Cape what's the overflow.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We have a couple of them over there that they're not supposed to have.
Move capital outlay to 10 per, off and on sale.
Yeah, they probably do more.
And for both, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
You have a halfway decent,
Decide what we want to do more.
you have a halfway decent fund balance left still, even after we spent all that, so. I mean, if this parking lot turns into something that they would do reasonable,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
and then we don't have to poke holes in it anymore with the fencing. 'Cause we're getting that other, we're getting those other barriers, that'll be helpful.
did that get ordered and we'll be here in time?
That's an action item on.
Well, always have to, yep, I have it. I had all my midsummer stuff ready to go. Files go.
The fence they'll end up poking holes.
Yeah. The 8th, the 8th, bring back that Monday, the 13th. I've already told Brian, but I don't think we're at that meeting.
Revenues.
Revenue's the guessing game.
I do have a question for the expenditures. Can I look into a couple of the cleaning ladies around and maybe like 3 times a year get them to come in and do all my glass and all my ledges? Like the little crap that Joe used to do that Joe doesn't do anymore. Wiping down the underparts of the tables and the chairs.
With heat clean?
Yeah, like 3 times a year.
why don't you get a bid and then we can decide.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it's enterprise funds.
And I know we have a bunch of cleaning ladies. I know they mostly do home. Some of them. You know? It's not, we already have.
That'd be under professional services.
Who does your
okay, we can put that up a bit.
We do, at the end of
Oh,
the
you do?
night, so like all the.
Yeah.
We lost
So,
Joe a long.
Maybe
time
12?
ago. He's-
yeah, maybe 1,200 there.
There was one year for right before, Urho, we all just took a Sunday and did everything ourselves, but it's a lot, it's a long day, it's. exhausting.
We have to come out of Sabika, they do a good job.
And move that up.
It's just like the glass.
Yeah,
It's
move
nowhere
the
to
same.
go. We try to do it during the day. To do that.
Back to the guessing game. We beat our 26 earnings, interest earnings.
Yep. But, that all depends on, when it goes in, when it comes out.
Yeah, I'd say we're about there on the 3,500 probably. Decent enough speculation.
Apparel.
It's looking reasonable. Where we're at right now, anyway.
Yeah.
That's all a guessing game there. Little under half.
Yeah.
Well, in 25 for liquor sales, we had 297,000
For the year.
for the year.
Yeah, this is six.
But of course, we have big sale times coming up too yet. Midsummer, deer hunting.
Yeah, it came out well.
But I also feel like our regular season is kind of slow.
Yeah, we dropped down a bit for bar. All right, same.
Yeah, they also said the still holding something pretty long.
Like I said, it's all kind of a guessing game, but
I mean, we were pretty close last year as far as our guess.
So Lions lease payment, let's see, was that 0? Do we collect, run from
You're
the,
on sale.
oh, it's the one on sale, sorry.
Yeah. That'd be on sale side.
sales are down, aren't they?
Yeah, but look at those PHC sales though.
Yeah, okay.
That's good.
Maybe think about increasing that a little bit.
Up to 8.
Yeah,
That's gotta be on.
yeah, it's kind of a surprise there. Here's the line lease payment.
All voters come to Menahga.
Actually, it's not even that. It's,
A lot of people use it for pain,
yeah, one of,
Relax.
there's a guy probably
anxiety.
60s, 70s. He comes in once a week and buys a bunch of them because it helps with his pain and whatever. A lot of people use them for sleep.
Medicinal purposes.
And then, of course, you go back to the people who don't drink. They'll drink that with their friends.
All look pretty close.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on sale. Shocking.
Well,
No, it's not apples to apples, but when you compare Menahga to Sabika, the liquor store, it's just like, no comparison.
Well,
Didn't we rank in the top 5 of munis across the state?
yeah, that was for
profitability.
profitability, I think it was, yeah. But a lot of that has to do with having 3 full-time employees
Yeah.
and putting out the output that we have
And
makes a big difference.
I think you're doing a good job managing your place based on just the numbers that are coming in and.
I would be
What do we-
interested to see how Sabika does over their Red Eye River days. 'Cause I went in there a couple weeks ago. I ended up there waiting for my kid doing some band thing. And they were like, oh yeah, our band this year is cheaper than it was last year. So our cover charge went from 10 to 5. Like, why would you charge cover on a day that you know everyone will be there? So and then I talked to some people about it and they're like, we don't even go to that because why would we get in to drink? You know, I would get it for like a normal day, but it seems like
How do,
that.
the credit card charges compare to ATM user fee revenue? They should be a wash. It should be an in and an out.
So that would
Yeah,
not be
we're
easy, no.
collecting credit card fees.
Yeah,
It
I
goes
just want
up.
to see if our
But it wouldn't be.
If our
yeah, it
revenue
would
and
be-
our expense are the same,
Well, they're not gonna be exactly the same because you
well,
can't
it should be
charge for
pretty
something.
darn close.
Well, the ATM is. completely
1,800 we have for revenue, what do we have for expense?
Not ATMs. You want the credit card surcharges.
Yeah, the credit card surcharge is what I'm talking about.
We got 3,000 here.
And what do we have for expenses for credit card fees?
Are we in on sale or up sale?
The last one was on.
And we got 4,000 over here. So we probably need to move that revenue up to 4.
It's about halfway
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah.
They should be fairly close to each other.
About $100 off. Well, I mean, yeah, I think,
we'll just have to move it with the next budget thing.
yeah, I think we need to set a dedicated budget because,
You have to cover.
yeah, we got, yeah, I thought, well, this took as much time as it needed, so I think, and I don't want to do Ron a disservice either, or Brian for that matter. I kind of want them to have their own.
I do.
So,
Have on that on the next budget meeting.
Yeah,
So,
okay, yeah, I think we need,
So we have one thing Friday night.
yeah, we need to do water sewer and then we need.
Yeah, I wish I would've known that. I
Those
never
kind
wrote
of, those deserve their own blocks
People
there.
like them though.
I know they like them, but I don't like to do same thing on.
Maybe
season.
call
I
for
Tuesday night,
adjournment
I wanna go,
and
I
then
wanna
I'll-
suffer.
yeah. Yep.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
Was there enough time for it? No.
We're gonna give you your own the next time around.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, that felt. Wow.
So take a motion to adjourn.
So,
Everyone,
second.
all in favor, say aye. Aye. And, 5:50.
All right, we're just gonna go ahead and mute our.
Gonna call a meeting to order, 6 o'clock, Monday, June 29th. This is a special work session of the Menahga City Council. Roll call, Derwin Comper. Here. Mike Netland. Present. Jody Bjornson's here. Bill Hodge is absent, resigned. And Keith Warning is currently out on a call, but will be back with us. Stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Heather, come on back up.
It's so long.
Seems like you were just here.
I know. Hard to be missed.
You got those bounced up, Rick? We're back.
Oh, yeah, right, we're.
Looks like the year's going pretty good.
You know, May was down a little bit from the year before, but not down a whole lot. We have all the big stuff coming up yet.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. 4th of July is next weekend, Midsummer's the weekend
Oh, I
after.
just realized Midsummer was 2 weekends away on Saturday and threw myself into a meeting. I'm good now.
Turn the new gal quick.
She already has bartending experience, so we have that on our side. And she has worked with POS systems, so
Which system do you have?
we have Clover.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
If I'm reading this, Heather, are you showing a profit year to date of 65,000? Am I reading that correctly?
That's year to date from last year. Our year to date for this year is the 51,
We have 51,000?
96, yeah.
Okay. You're on track basically to hit 100,000.
Yeah, we should. July should have bigger numbers because I mean, everything's already been paid for pretty much outside of the trailer when we get that. And so,
Did you guys buy coolers last year?
yeah,
So all set for that then?
yeah. We have a really cool outside light that you just hang in the middle of the thing that's nice and bright. And
You having a food truck again this year?
same guy as
Same
last
guy?
year. We have the same contract as last year.
Nice.
So,
You did pretty well.
Yeah, I think we made like $670 last year for the rent for that.
Oh, it's not bad.
Who's your band on Friday?
Friday night we have Face for Radio. They've been there. They were there a couple of 3 years ago. The one boy is from Wolf Lake originally, so they were pretty fun.
No special trailer needs for this one.
Yeah, I think so.
You get that from same place?
Joann's,
Joanne.
yeah. And then I felt bad because Ralph made those steps and he actually did at the dump find a staircase for us that he brought with the trailer. So,
Well, double covered. That's good.
yeah. Yeah, I think everything's good to go. I hope until something. That's summer. I know, but that's just how I feel all the time over the summer. Keep the rain away this year. We got lucky the last couple of years. We watched it go all the way around us. So hopefully that keeps away.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
That was a crazy night.
That 3 years ago or 4 years ago with that rain down?
That rain down?
Yeah,
And the bar gets really
Give us
packed when it starts
4.
raining.
4 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I know the last 2 years of the last year we watched it. Like we literally watched it all around us and it didn't come into town. Cause I think you guys ended up pulling your one band inside just in case. And our band's like, well, we'll just play right through until it rains. I'm like, it's not gonna rain. It's not gonna rain. You do. But yeah, other than that,
And I don't think the streets will be tore up around you for midsummer.
Yeah, it's the one here is,
Yeah.
they may, I'm hoping they have that one coat of asphalt on it before then, they should.
I don't know how many people
They're not gonna
actually
build
use the road
sections.
though.
They're gonna leave my road like it is now all summer.
Oh, it'll be getting flat spot.
That'll help.
They've been the band, I think the band was used the road to come up behind the trailer.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think people park at the school, at the VF, at the grocery store, at the.
Well, at least this road wasn't really a parking spot for most people
No.
anyway, so
No.
didn't affect much. Well, I guess that gets us to the new fencing deal. So that has been double checked and this was the best price, even though it has that high freight on it,
Yeah,
because the ones around here were more.
well, because they don't carry them, they also have to go through a supplier. So
I thought that-
you put it there.
It was crazy. They even paying that shippage. They were cheaper than buying it locally.
Yeah, well, because they stopped paying. Something.
My question is if it's still a valid price because
Yeah, I don't.
this has an expiration date of April 30th on it.
I have to look for a requote. I just need to know which one you guys want to look at. I think the one were yellow and the other one was galvanized.
The one quote.
Yeah, I thought,
This one is galvanized.
yeah, I thought we wanted the galvanized.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't care either way. The galvanized will look better.
What was the color of the other one?
Bright yellow.
Oh,
Has the company been asked if this is still a valid bid?
No.
So the numbers could have changed then.
Might as well definitely look into it tomorrow. And that was the rumor.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to find out. Will they be here for midsummer? Do you have other plans already for midsummer?
Probably, I told them that we might have to just use the snow fence again this year, but I would like maybe some rope to be put in there as well to kind of keep it up.
Hold it down.
Yeah.
We might get lucky. Quote's still good. And they've got them in stock.
yeah, I would move to approve the purchase of the fencing at the 8,313. If it's still available.
The same.
Yeah.
Second for that.
Yeah, I'll second.
Check tomorrow after or Wednesday after I hear from them again.
I mean, I think like, hey, my council approved this at this price. Can you work with me? I think they're gonna say yes. So
All right. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Well, same sign.
Although there should be no sales tax. on this,
correct.
Okay. I will bring that up to them.
because that $571.
So if the price went up a little, take the sales tax off, we might still come up.
Good catch. Yeah, make sure you don't pay the sales tax.
No, the city will be buying these, not them. So we're not gonna pay that sales tax.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for Heather? Thanks, Heather.
Thanks, Heather.
Nice.
Ron. Gentlemen. Good evening.
Well, recent updates, both shipping containers, we have them where they need to be and they are placed. As with the one that's at the shop, it's completely filled with everything that was at the ALC. And it fits. I was able to get all of our, records that were in the permanent records room. All that's in there now and everything. There's no shelving or anything built in there. We just didn't have any time to do that. But it's in there and you can move through there and see 80% of everything without having to move something.
Are all those record stuff we still have to keep?
Yeah, apparently, when I was told to put them into that room, that's what we did, and it's locked.
And I've been in there since.
Record retention schedule.
Yes, we do. It's the one that the state has, and all of that stuff in there is stuff we need to save. It is old minutes, it is building stuff, it's old payroll actions. I mean, I know Chief was in there looking for something from when, 2000?
1997.
Okay, 97, and we found it. So, yes,
So the record schedule is Lee, Minnesota City,
yes, absolutely.
and is the city following it in terms of destruction? When you get to the end of the pipeline, are the records being destroyed?
Maybe once they get organized.
When we find items that are able to be destroyed, they're destroyed. Yes, and I mean our shredder is pretty consistently filled up with old stuff, and I mean a lot of the records that are being destroyed are basically copies of copies at this point.
So you're saying, yeah, the city is caught up?
It'd be tough to tell.
It's a work in progress.
It is a work in progress, and then in this case, as far as records are concerned, it is always safer to err on the side of caution until you can actually like look at it, look exactly what it is, and then compare it to the retention schedule.
Well, as long as everything's being moved, I would suggest now would be a perfect time to do a records audit. And set aside those that the city can get rid of them. It's a perfect time to do it. No, you're having to put fingerprints on the records anyway.
Well, the records that were moved are all records that are supposed to be saved. Anything that is, destroy eligible would be in City Hall here.
I think when everything got moved over, if my memory serves me, it was stuff they had to keep. That's why they got transferred over.
Yes. Yep.
All right, I was able to contact today, Marie Hansen. She owns her own business over there, but she's also a lifeguard trainer and a water safety instructor. So I got in touch with her today, left a message, and she called me back. And she's willing to instruct the 3 lifeguards that we have on waiting right now. So she wants to do a class on July 14th and 16th. 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We'll have 3 more lifeguards after they're done.
You can certify them.
Absolutely. Yep.
And that'll give us how many lifeguards? 5?
That'll give us 5. But Ethan this weekend was doing his PT with his
The National Guard unit, yeah.
And he had a hole in his ankle and then a fracture at the same time. So he's got a micro fracture. He's got to go to his orthopedic surgeon to see if he can get okay to lifeguard. But at the moment right now, he can't lifeguard. So it's just Joey out there. So I kind of, when I was talking to this Marie, I kind of said, hey, we need to get this rolling as fast as possible. So, I mean, after a little bit of talking with her, she agreed. So she's going to hold the class for us because we can get more next year.
But we do have a swim teacher
We
lined up.
have swim instructors lined up. They will start next week. Well, June 13th, I think, or July 13th is when they want to start their swim instructor for the classes out there for the kids.
How many kids are signed up?
I have no idea how many are signed up yet, but we've had several parents call in for.
How are we getting the word out?
Well, I mean, it's going to be after tonight. We're going to put it on Facebook.
There's gonna be a good word of mouth about it too, because when I see parents down there, sometimes they ask me when I'm at the beach, I'm saying, we're working on it and we'll keep you posted. So putting that on there, we can put bulletins up around town and stuff as well, if not in the other cities, just like we did for hiring.
And we're communicating with the instructors, right? Because we don't want to say, hey, we have swim lessons without talking to them and saying, hey, what's your plan? How do you want this to look as far as signups?
So we'll only really have 1 lifeguard until 7/16 till July 16th.
For right now, or until Ethan gets a release where he can go back out there and, be able to lifeguard.
But doesn't he have to leave midsummer to go to boot camp?
End of July, but this particular situation could push that. We don't know.
So if he had to go to boot camp and you get these other certified, you'll have 4.
Yes, potentially.
Once these other.
And then the other 2 swim instructors, if they want to help lifeguard as well, which would give us 6.
So we would have limited coverage basically until mid-July.
Mid-July, yep.
Do what you can. That's all you can do.
Well, and will you have the lifeguard we do have scheduled to be on duty the 4th of July? which is
Absolutely.
Always a high volume, and midsummer weekend.
Yep.
Those are 2 really high usage times for the beach. A
Right.
lot of people in the water.
There's a lot of people in the water, and I'd rather have 2 lifeguards on it and, you know, at any
If
given
you can
time,
have it,
if I can have it. So, you know, as what's happened with Ethan, I'm gonna talk with Joey. He didn't work today because of the storm. So luckily, you know, with that can help us.
What does he see his orthopedic surgeon?
So,
Yeah.
Personal stuff.
Well, I just wondered when he would know if he could lifeguard or not.
yeah, I haven't talked to Ethan today, but I'll be texting him tomorrow and see how things are going.
Well, it's good news.
And then, well, moving on with that, we got the beach dock is in the water. But we have a broken dock over at the loading ramp, so that's broke out there and I got it taped off until I can get Eagle Manufacturing over here to weld it for us. And he wasn't gonna come today. So, but he said it would be this week sometime, that way we can get that dock up and functioning again.
Aluminum, right?
Yep. Obviously the floating raft and the buoys are in, bottle fillers are installed and we're getting a lot of use out of them.
Good.
There's a little counter on them, so that can tell us how many times it's been used in one day. Pier dock is still a work in progress. I got some boards replaced out there. I have a few more boards I gotta get on as soon as I grab the time for it. We extended the fencing out at the campground. If you guys haven't noticed that at all, used to just be right in front of the bathrooms, but now it goes almost all the way over to the pavilion. So it keeps people from driving onto the grass and everything there. Now the ALC's done, all contents have been moved.
You got those siding done?
Siding I have ordered through Virgil. I got the estimate and everything. It's like $467 and change. But yeah, he's got all that stuff ordered for me, so we can get on that once that's in.
When did the school want to take possession?
They're already there today.
Oh, they're there?
Yep. Yep, we had to go through there and we removed the water fountain that was in there. And we plugged up the hole and kind of made it so that we can get to it if we ever need to for any reason. And replaced all the fire smoke alarms in there because they're all wired together. They had to be identical, so we just replaced all of them at the same time and labeled them with the dates. So that the ALC is good to go and the school's already in it. Yep.
I guess they're putting a shed on the backside there, a little storage shed.
It's there, yeah, I not love it, but it's just for toys and stuff from what I understand. So moving on to the campground there, the primitive campsites. When we originally discussed, Gilster was going to do the stump removal and everything for us without clearing the trees, but we haven't been able to get the trees cleared. So I had him give me another estimate on top of that one. And that was an extra 10,000 to cut the trees down and remove everything out of there. So his bid came to 19.5, whereas Zach from Black Diamond Concrete gave us 16,000 in the beginning. And I thought that was high at the time, but that was a full scope of the work. So he was doing all the clearing, stump removal and everything. And as I recommend we use him to just get moving on that, because I asked him if I called him up, I was gonna see if the price had changed. The first thing he said to me is, when do I start?
Yeah, I talked to him today too, just to verify that 16,000 was for everything, and he did. He said, and he's like, when can I start? I said, we gotta approve it first.
Yep. But I'd really like to see that project get moving. But other than that, July is expected to be busy and exciting month. Hope for a strong turnout for swim lessons as the beach and increased activity at the campground. And we're looking forward to opening the new primitive sites and continue to deliver high quality recreational spaces for our community.
Remember, what kind of occupancy we had at the campground?
What's that?
Kind of occupancy we had at the campground has it been?
Right now, well, I mean, it's been about half. We've had, one good weekend was, I mean, it was almost like packed through the whole weekend. I think it was close to Memorial Day. And then, this month though, I mean, I got a stack of reservation cards for each week and we're probably 3/4 capacity for the most part.
Pull up for the 4th.
Yeah.
I will move to award the work to Black Diamond Concrete for $16,000.
Second that, Joey.
Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Nobody's opposed.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Let Zach know he can start digging.
I will let them know tomorrow.
Ron, come on up.
Evening. Finally get your turn at the table.
Yeah, I do. Right. Well, the roads are graded and chloride, but as you can see, they're rain and stuff. If you drive down the gravel roads, they do have a little rumbles, little potholes. They'll just be throughout the time frame throughout the summer until later on towards the fall that they'll get regraded.
We call those speed bumps.
Yeah.
Slow people down.
Yeah. Update on the project. So they had to switch gears and they went on to the west side over on Second Street in Balsam there. So all that water and sewer there was completed. Right now it's being tested. Waiting for the test Wednesday. It should come back being clear. They'll get all the temporaries out of there.
Oh.
Tomorrow they're starting from 71 coming this way on Second.
So we'll be off our temporaries already on Second and
On Second and Balsam. That should be by Wednesday. They'll find out
I mean,
Tuesday or
my
Wednesday.
grass because it rains so much. Wow.
So. Otherwise, yeah, I put in 3 new valves so we can operate that. So in future timeframes, when we do have to do something different with the tower, we're able to operate different valves.
Just bypass it.
Bypass and go through. So it wasn't set up being able to do something like this before. Now it will be.
Is that an extra or was that built into the plan? or
That was in the plan originally. The one extra one, we already have a valve on hand in the watershed for that purpose. It just didn't get installed. Now it did. So that one was the one in front of the generator. So now we can loop the water around going out of that hydrant on that side. So when or if there's ever another well put in their place, that's what that hydrant was put there for.
Hmm.
It's already set up for to be able to do a new well also.
It'll all be set up where we can now just switch valves and bypass what we need to bypass, right? I mean,
Yes,
that was the purpose.
that was the purpose. Being I had to run off of high service pumps because we're installing that other newer valve by the water tower. That's why I had other hydrants around town open for pressure.
You know, when they're gonna put some gravel in Second and Balsam.
I'm not sure.
It's not bad when it's wet, but
I think it was more when they were waiting for it, because they gotta wait for the compaction tests to come back, and with this rain, it's gonna change that compaction test, so they're gonna redo. And then they'll have to have the company come back and test them again. That's what I think it's if I remember, it's about a 2-week process. So they do their first one, and then they do another one a week and a half later. Wait for that one. If that one passes, then they're able to put the class 5.
the rain should help it pack. My driving my pickup over, it'll help it pack.
So I know they had given us a timeline on all their streets and whatnot, but the Highway 87 water replacement, is that coming up pretty quick or not?
That one is still scheduled for the end of July.
End of July, okay.
'Cause they're gonna try to get to the lake after they get this part, after midsummer, they'll be starting on the lake area. And when they get everything moved over there is when they planned on doing 87. So,
Yeah, no,
so it'll be that in between time frame that they'll go and do that one and then come back.
I noticed they had marked all the trees on that Lake Shore Drive.
So, there's 9 more trees gonna be taken out that didn't get marked. All them cottonwoods are dead on the top.
Yep,
The ones that didn't get marked to begin with, brought them over there, so them are all gonna be coming out. All them dead cottonwood trees on the top. So there's 8 of them, and then there's also a oak tree that's dying off, that'll be in that mix.
is that gonna be paid through a contingency fund or what? Or is that gonna-
Yeah, that'll be through
That'll be an extra charge.
extra charge.
Okay.
So they'll do this section and then they'll do the other part of Second Street and then they'll do the lake. They still gotta go down Second from Cotton.
No, that's sewer over there,
To sewer
cause that water's already been replaced, it's just the sewer line
on
down,
that one.
down the second, rest of Second Street.
Then where does the sewer go from the house on this side of my driveway? Is that hooked in? With all the other ones go into my line.
That one's hooked into that manhole.
Okay, so they got that hooked up already then.
Yep. And they redid that, cause that's with lining, that line there. And that's same with the one behind your house, by your house, they had to put that man.
Just one more question. So Alltech has got their inspector on site. Are you also part of that inspection?
I meet them throughout the day,
Okay.
see how things are going with it.
But there is an inspector on site during the process?
There and every time. Justin is the main one here. Lane comes periodically when Justin's not able to be here.
Just a curious question, Ron. When they lay down the new line and get it hooked up, do they rip out the old lines or do they leave them?
Rip it out.
They rip them out.
That was some nice cast iron that came on my street.
So the monthly back teeth samples taken and done, absent. Wastewater samples, we do the quarterly ones, then we're taken care of. Lead and copper inventory updated. So at the school, we tested that one. We thought that line was that line cast there and was actually feeding the elementary, which it is not. So we're able to that's all shut off. We're gonna abandon that line. It's gonna get capped on both sides during this 28 project. It'll get capped off. Won't have to do
What was it
anything with it. It used to be for the old boiler system,
Oh, so it's just been shut off for,
been shut off.
Huh.
So it's not been doing anything.
so they don't have to add a new line in then, they're good.
They're good. The only line is the old baseball field line. It could be copper underneath, don't know, but it has old galvanized standpipe with a water spigot that they've been using.
It's good taste in water right there.
So, road edges have been cut. And then, keeping on working on replacing old meters,
What does road edges mean? Road edges cut, what does that mean?
the grass.
Oh, you've been out mowing. Okay.
Then there's periodically some meters do come up that don't work. We've been fixing them, but also we'll be going and putting door knockers throughout places and areas too, with getting these old meters replaced.
All the meters are working?
Must have got your sprayer working.
We did. I put that on last meeting, that sprayer's working, so. If we do go through with that parking lot, I don't see deciding to spray any lines out there, if we're gonna tear it up,
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
so.
I'd wait.
But also we'll be working on that bike path to get that sprayed.
We do need to make sure those potholes get filled before midsummer, because we're not gonna get paving before then. There's some pretty
That's been on
good
my,
trip hazards there.
oh, we'll get it to it tomorrow. That's been on.
So your sprayer, as far as you're talking about Happy Hour Road, running that new line all the way out, that walking bike lane.
Walking bike lane.
Okay.
Did it turn out to just be the handle? That was the problem.
The handle and, the controls, it needed new springs in there. And like that window.
I had a question. We got the email from Ben Skoog. What is the story on Fern Avenue Southeast?
Back in the day, well, about quite a few years, when they first developed that fern out there. And then they told the developer if he was gonna develop that, he needed to bring it up to city code. Well, it never brought up there. And if you drive down it, there's still a big dip. Well, you can't get there with no plow truck or anything like that, be able to plow it or maintaining it. I've taken a payloader down there periodically with plowing snow different times in the winter.
Oh, it is still considered a city street?
Still under city street. There's two property owners that own part of that road. And then it starts that area. So as he was saying in his message, there's no plan of ever developing it any further, that he owns the whole thing. He was asking if he could turn that into his driveway. At all legal rights. I mean, I think the city, if it does choose, it would have to be after them property lines.
And council, I got it pulled up on GIS, the location where
Since this year?
Yeah.
So he owns everything in the purple other than this one.
here's his property.
So yeah, you'd have to do something as far as if we,
So it'd have to be all the way to that orange line if you're gonna consider to be able to say, okay, you can have that driveway.
so that's
But
something.
that's where that dip is also. You can see the low spot where it starts. It's right in that area.
Who lives in that area? So I get an idea who lives there.
Ben Scooter owns it in the back. There's just one house back there. And all the rest of that's just open lots, which he owns all of. And then this is a property here. And then this one owns that little bit of it, you know, into the corner off Spring.
So if you go back that way, that's the main road that comes all the way back out to 71 then?
This is 10th that goes over to. This is your industrial park here. Here's our softball fields.
Okay, I know where
That's
that.
that cut across there.
Okay.
So yeah, what he was asking for is either we
Abandoned.
maintain the road or we abandon it and turn it over to him. So it's just something that we'll have to look into. How we want to do it.
Which if I remember right, Jody, that, going there, the back side of that, house right on the corner of Front and Firm on the west side of the driveway.
Yep.
There's really no great access to that back side of that lot anyways, that access would be coming right off the street, so.
Right.
Really, not there would be any issues with.
Yes, it's
Is there
just,
sewer and water back into there?
No,
No.
he's got his own well and septic back there. Yeah, so there's no utilities in the road. No city utilities. It's just something we'll have to consider. We'll have to look into it. As far as what we want to do.
So I talked to Mr. Skoog, and really the initiation for any action is going to start with him sending the city a petition. And in that petition, he needs to have the signatures of the abutting properties. So there's 2 of them there. In which case that's going to go to planning and zoning. Planning and zoning is going to make a recommendation to city council. After city council approves planning and zoning's recommendation, goes back to planning and zoning for a public hearing. Once there's a public hearing that's over, that recommendation again is going to come back to the city council for a formal motion.
It's like vacating the alley or anything else.
Are those lots all buildable or is that low land?
It's pretty low, especially on the right side there is
Swamp.
real low. And that basically where the house is the best, and this is not bad. This is iffy. It's pretty low in here even. It's not really anything anybody can build on. I mean, you could if you put enough fill in, yes, but as long as we've responded to him and he's aware, and then we can decide if we want to abandon. If we don't abandon it, we'll have to do something to maintain it, is what he's getting at. We haven't maintained it, gravel wise and whatnot.
And when you kind of zoom in close here too, you can see these lines are like cutting right into his house. And I asked him for any survey documentation. I know he would have needed some at some point for all this, a legal description. I'd like to send that to the county to at least like get that straightened out.
It's great, man. That's probably, their lines are probably as good there as they are in a lot of the different spots in town.
Well, we've seen that.
And that's what I hate, where, you know, if it hasn't been surveyed, you hate to have a guy pay for a survey to straighten out the lines. Something back there should have been surveyed, but
Yeah, it had to. In order for the city to even claim that, there had to have been some kind of description.
I wanted to make sure he had been contacted and there was something being, so he knows we're not just ignoring him.
No, I talked to him and basically told him like, hey, it starts off with a petition, and that's how the ball gets rolling. So, and it's one of those situations where it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. You know, you're looking at a minimum 3-month turnaround, and that's if everything goes perfectly. But realistically, you're looking between like probably 4 to 6 months. But you know, it's not the end of the world. No.
Been like this for a long time.
We're good.
Jamie already talked about the parking lot. She's gonna get quotes. Potholes will get filled. See where it goes. Yeah. I'm striking until we figure out what we're doing.
I'm gonna get with you, hand over some records.
All right, so that'll bring up Amy.
All right, so from June 4th to June 25th, we had 111 calls. State citations, had 2 that were no proof of insurance, 1 speeding ticket, 1 careless driving it, and 1 domestic assault. Our admin citations, our ordinances, we issued dog at large and a noise violation.
What?
No way. Yes, we
Was that a Jake break or?
Yeah.
No kidding. Okay.
Finally got one.
finally,
Word will spread.
we'll see. And then for our arrests, we had a domestic assault arrest and a second-degree assault arrest. Mileage on the squad cars, you can see what those are at. And then just miscellaneous information. I did just created a log so you guys could see how much time we put into this, since what, the 5th, I think it's our 5th or 6th when I was notified about it. Obviously, I know it's an issue, but I wanted to put some time into this as far as really trying to crack down on it. So we did about 18 hours, specifically focusing on the compression brake, Jake brake issue. We were able to issue 1 citation in those 18 hours. Obviously, we will continue to work on it, but I'm not going to keep a log like this unless you guys want me to. I can. Any questions on the Jake braking stuff?
Can you, can you do a citizen's complaint, or if you take a picture of the truck going by, or do you have to catch, you guys have to catch them in the act?
I would prefer that, yes.
Because
We got a complaint last night. I didn't have coverage last night.
I mean, almost like they're intentionally doing it, you know, they get into town and there's a ram on it.
Well, maybe it's because we're sitting there, they're not doing it, even though
that
Looks
area
like
we
it's
sit,
flat over there.
like tucked in.
Oh, but my
They
place
can't-
is tucked down.
Yeah, they can't see us.
Where were you sitting when you caught them?
This, Joe issued this one and so he was coming in from north of town and wanted to argue with Joe about the city limits. Because that's not where the Menahga sign is. It's kind of the same battle we had with the Menahga sign out on 87. No matter how many times, I gave him a map. I said Willow Avenue. I guess we compromised him at halfway and still didn't put it where it should be. So this guy was upset because he said I wasn't even in city limits when I was doing it. So I guess, yeah,
Was it ticket you gave to a local trucker, a
No.
local firm?
no. So we will keep working on it.
I would say definitely if you do encounter this situation, video would be the best, and then just date time as well, because if there's a pattern there
We're
that
likely
the
not going to issue a citation
that-
in a situation
yeah,
like that because, I mean, unless it's a local company that we can go track them down.
I'm not saying I'm gonna do it. I'm
just
just curious if there's
Yeah.
a way, to enforce it.
No,
I know you're trying, you're doing the best you can, and it looks like you're logging quite a few hours doing it, so, I mean, what more can you ask?
The worst thing is people don't use CVs anymore, so it's hard for them to get the word to each other.
Yeah.
Nobody uses the CV anymore.
we'll keep plugging away on it.
There's no UCB in the chain.
And I'd also say that it only takes one person with the Waze app open. If they catch a police officer in a position, boop, put police, and then suddenly
No, but then I
well-
check them and say they left. Even though they're still there, I do it all the time.
just, okay, I'm just saying. man.
I know, so. Okay, other information, we had talked about this, well, planning and zoning, working on an updated ordinance that allows hunting in city limits. I did finish a draft last week. You guys obviously eventually see that sent it to Brett. We have planning and zoning on Thursday. And then I believe it'll come to you guys next.
Question I had when I had read that was, how far does a 30-06 bullet travel?
I'm not an expert on that. I'm not gonna answer that.
My point being.
Yeah.
That
That'll,
the
everything. will
weapon
be-
fired could send its round outside of and into town, is my point.
The ordinance will outline all of that stuff. Everything is laid out in there. It's pretty thorough as far as, this is no different than, say, you're outside of city limits and you shoot towards town and your bullet comes into town. Ultimately, you're responsible for your bullet. You need to be a responsible hunter. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're in town or you're not in town. So it'll be presented and,
Are you promoting high-powered rifles to be used in the city limits for hunting? No, that's a question, it's just a question.
any rifle hunting in city limits if you have X amount of acres. It's not, you have to be in the rural
Resident.
Yeah.
residential edge of town. Some people have over 100 acres in city limits that they can't hunt on because of our ordinance.
Well, like right next to your place, that's
So
all.
we order the city
Yeah.
limits, but then there's a county 80
Yeah.
there.
And then Mark's got hers there. And then
From my
Mark's-
understanding, they have been hunting in city limits for years.
I
Oh,
think the
not-
Moningers have, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that for sure, but I think,
Yes, there's some information relayed. So, I mean, this isn't uncommon. Other cities allow hunting in city limits with rifles, stuff like that. So I was asked about it. It's something that'll be presented. If you guys agree with it, great. If you don't, it is what it is. I just asked to put something together on it. But I can't explain how far a 30-06 goes. Obviously, if you're shooting into a dirt pile, not far. If you're shooting in the air, probably a ways away. Depends on what your terrain is. Trees, there's a lot of things that factor into it.
Yeah.
You
Well,
hunt, you know that.
There's a lot of open land in the agricultural area too. And that's why I asked.
well, shotgun, hunting slugs,
Shotgun slug is
that's a
not
different.
gonna travel as far.
So that will go to planning and zoning Thursday, and yeah, it'll come to you guys and we can have discussion and thoughts, concerns, whatever we want to look at here. Any questions on that? No? Okay. Last thing, Officer White will be attending a drone training on July 17th. It's free. And, they also cover the cost of the test taking one time. He passes.
Those 107. 107 was.
When I read that, the question that went through my mind, Amy, was why does the Menahga Police Department need a drone? Why? Tell me a why.
We can use this for many, many things.
Search and
Tell
rescue.
me.
Search and rescue, fire department, infrared hotspots for fires.
Okay, that's fire department.
We would assist with that. We would assist other agencies. Right now, the county has 2 drones. If they're available, they come up. Wadena Police Department, Keith, do they have 1 or 2?
One, sure.
Yeah, Wadena Police Department has a drone.
Park Rapids is trying to get one.
Park Rapids is trying to get one. It's a very handy tool you can use for a lot of things. Other departments, if Public Works needed something to fly over, they need something, it could be used for that.
With thermal, you get one with a thermal on it, so you can
Yep.
find people in the dark hiding out.
When we had
Missing people.
when we had our missing kids in the fall of 2023 out of the trailer park that ended up being found but over a mile away cross country, we have to sit and we have to wait for somebody to respond here with the drone. And I mean, we have situations where time is of the essence. So I guess that's the way I was looking at it, as a good tool for the department. It's no cost to us. If I get it, training's free. We pay for Joe's hours there. He's already working that day. And then it would be grant funding to try to purchase one. And I don't know what options we have yet. Obviously, we explore that.
Thermal with an RGB, you're looking at about $6,500.
Yeah.
Would eventually you have everybody on the police department trained with the drone?
If there's interest, yes.
Well, just wondering, because if the need arises and the person who's trained is on vacation and gone, how are you gonna use it? That's why I
Yeah,
asked.
we have options to look there. I haven't talked to Derek because Derek's not available right now.
Yeah, you may be able to find, pretty sure one of the other first responders already has a 107 too.
Oh, Jody.
Or I can come find.
First responders do? One of our first responders do?
I think so. One of the, somebody on the fire department, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if Troy Mayer is, because he's doing the class for it. So he's certified as well.
I'll apply for you if you need me to.
Yeah.
I'm licensed and certified.
If you don't want me to go down this avenue, I can.
No, I think you're specific.
Questions,
Okay, well,
just curious questions that arose as I
If the person,
they're used a lot.
person you need picked up is under 110 pounds, I can pick them up with my.
We're not gonna go that crazy or that extreme.
Yeah.
Just search and rescue. I mean, we've had people run from us before, felony, dangerous warrant, stuff like that, and located them. Biggest thing is the wait time. We are the furthest north in the county, and we end up waiting a lot
A lot
for
of stuff.
resources.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah, that thermal's amazing. It'll pick a person out real quick. But like you said, for fire department too, hot spots. They think they got something out, you fly that thing over and say, no, I mean, you don't. have it.
yeah, and they normally call the county for that stuff to use the county drone.
If you had one here, we might as well.
It's just another tool in your toolbox, right? You can use if you need it.
Yeah, Joe was excited. He actually asked about it. He was excited to go. So I'm like, hey, you want to learn? He's been studying for it for the last month, and he doesn't even go till the 17th. He's excited.
Yeah, anything else for Amy? Are you taking off?
I can stick around if you need me to.
Well, there's an item that comes up a little later. I kind of wanted your opinion on.
Okay.
I don't want to jump out of
I don't have the agenda, so I don't know.
too far away.
Okay. Yeah, I can stick around. That's fine.
You don't. We don't have fire department tonight. Keith, you got anything for the fire department?
Not that I can think of. I know the FEMA grant was submitted.
Yep.
On the 22nd, the rating here from that. I don't know how many calls we've had it. We made it too much up there in the last couple months just because my work schedule. So.
All right, well, I guess that'll move us on to Venus. Laura.
Good evening.
Venus.
I asked Brad about my report, I had sent it, and the reason is I need the insurance approved. It was approved at the board meeting. And that is effective July 1st, so. So you probably don't have that information in front of you, so. Are you able to approve it?
Can't really add it to the agenda. Special meeting.
It's part of our report, but if it's part of our report.
We can approve the report and
Because it was
So
approved.
if I do my report basically and approve it, then I mean, what's in there, there's a couple items actually that, and then there was some upgrades to our software, so. But the insurance actually renewal, with MMA, was a good renewal. There was a 4% increase in the property insurance and then a decrease of 8% in the work comp insurance. There was an increase in liability of 8.8% and, within the typical senior housing, we were seeing like 8 to 18% increases for liability. The crime insurance is renewed every 3 years. We hadn't renewed that one, in the past 2. The current crime coverage was $50,000 with travelers insurance. Both of the, so from Chubb and from Travelers, we got quotes for 500,000 and 1 million. I mean, that's a huge difference from 50,000, but that's where it's at in the recommended amount. But with those two, with the 500,000 and the $1 million coverage, it would be $3,313 for 1 million in coverage, which was about the same as 500,000 from Travelers. So actually, it was cheaper than Travelers was.
I mean,
So
only like an $800 bump to go from 500 to
yeah,
$1 million.
yeah,
That was
$800
like almost a no-brainer.
for $500,000. Yeah. So the board had recommended to approve and authorize MMA to bind a coverage for the proposed amounts, which we had received, which was a total of $339,339.50 for insurance. Yeah, so
you know, what the total increase that is from last.
what was that overall increase? 5% overall? Well, it was 4% for the property and 5 property and overall. What is that? So increase from last year was 210. So 10,000. 10,000 was the increase because it's 212,000. That would do that. So
You're on 5, a little over 5%.
yeah, which I'm guessing then one was 4 and one was 5, about 5%. Actually, we had a decrease in the increase in the liability of 8% and a decrease in the work comp about 8%, they said. So yeah, 4 to 5% increase. Which they said was really good. They were excited with the renewal, the way that it came in. I thought that's a lot of money. I think it just seems to go higher. But that's just what it is. Insurance is just crazy. That is not including so for the year, we also have, so this as our insurance and there's that 27,000. I think the builder's risk insurance came at 27,000 but that was included part of the project. So a lot in insurance. This also actually 2 adds, which we added last year was the errors and omission insurance that took from the city had
Oh,
carried
yeah,
that.
yeah, we took that off, didn't we?
So now we just do that because last year it was a savings of like $5,000.
Oh, a lot more than that.
It was it?
I
Yeah.
thought that was like 8.
Yeah. So, but that is like this year, so that renews at 12,000. I mean, yeah, at least 8. It was like 18,000 or to 20,000 or something we were typically paying. So it's a lot less getting it through MMA.
Does that policy also include a section for builder's risk on there for the new building as it's going up?
This does not, but it's separate. It's a separate policy that's gonna be 27,000, they said, for the builder's risk. So that's a whole separate policy. Which,
And then it'll be added to this once it's completed.
yeah, so the builder's risk insurance is actually in place right now, beginning June 5th. That was the date, June 6th, or whatever the date was that the bond was finally signed. They want it going back to that date. So builder's risk starts on the date that we took out the bond payment.
I mean, yeah, it's a stupid question, right? But surely the builders contractors, aren't they insured?
Different,
Yeah.
different coverage.
They have to have their liability coverage and they can't actually perform it.
Yeah, yeah,
This is
right.
This is for the building as it's going up.
Oh,
This is for
the
building
materials. Okay,
stored on
okay,
site
okay,
that
okay.
might be stolen.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Okay.
If in that storm today would have come along and the building was partway up at the time.
Down,
Yeah.
covered.
Yep, I think that's great. Okay.
Deductible on the builder's risk.
I don't remember offhand. I mean, I really don't. 10,000 like sticks in my mind, but I really don't. I don't want to say that. I read it, but I don't remember. There's too many policies. So yeah, so that's that. So, and we won't, I'll just go over the rest of the stuff and you can approve my. So point click care, we currently have them and I went through a lot of detail with the board and I won't go into as much detail for this, but we've had point click care since 2009, no, before 2009 probably. But we really made some changes in 2011 and 12 and went with the electronic health record. And then there's some pieces we've added through the years, but not really any big upgrade. And there's a lot of AI, a lot of technology to be had with point click care and a lot of stuff that would really save time for staff and functionality of the software would be, much better. So, but that upgrade comes at a price that, we haven't increased. We've only increased as they've increased their costs through the years, but we've never really added too much. So it's about $2,000 a month to increase to what we need to actually, it would be more than that, but we're gonna hold off on one of the pieces. That's about $600 a month. And we're just going to add gradual instead of adding it all at once and then it doesn't get used like it should. So that was one of the other things I discussed because it's about a 24,000 a year increase in software. But it would increase, make some changes. It's all works together. So
I think one point you made too is the slow integration of the new technologies to make sure everybody is using it and incorporated it
Yeah.
into their daily routines and whatnot. Because to put it on a shelf and have all this good technology, but not using it is always a challenge. And I think you're gonna try to work it in slowly. And
yeah. So they would use it instead of taking everything all at once. One of the board members had actually commented that was a good idea because we actually are struggling with nurse hours and some of the stuff is actually it's to help make their job a little bit easier too. So so hoping that maybe it would reduce some of that time for nurses. So but yeah, that was a quote for an increase of $1,926.96 and then monthly, and then it was a $9,000 one-time fee for implementation. That fee was cut in half. Actually, originally they wanted to charge us $18,000 for the implementation, and along with everything else, I went back to them several times and said it's a lot of money to think about increasing, and they cut half off the implementation fee, and they actually cut quite a bit off of their monthly fee too.
What
So
did you say the monthly was, Laura?
it would increase $1,900. Currently, I don't know exactly what it is. I think we're like $1,000 about a month right now. So I think it's about 3,000. Yeah. A month.
Is all your charting done electronically now?
Yes. Mhm.
That'll integrate into all this and.
Yeah, everything is, we scan and what this actually will, if the hospitals do participate, it integrates with the hospitals. So if there's a referral that comes over, it comes.
Doctor at the hospital can make
Yeah.
directly.
Well, it comes over if it comes as a referral and the hospital gives us a referral, we can get it into our system instead of having to fax the information, scan it. It also will check the insurance information. Right now, that's a process of, having to have somebody, bring it to the office to check the insurance, bring it back to them saying it's okay. A lot of, a lot of times it's actually based on how quickly someone responds. So facilities are they put it out there and say, we have a resident that needs to go somewhere. Their preferences are here. A lot of times they have preferences, but once they put that out there, then a lot of places are responding, and the early bird gets the worm. So that's so the quickest one to respond might get that admission. So yeah, so it will help with that. It'll streamline some of that stuff. Otherwise, it's good. They did the construction. I did have Friday updates, and I don't know if you guys want weekly updates and want me to send them to you. You want to send them out?
No, I prefer you go direct with the council.
Just send them out. So these are some, if you're at the board meeting, you won't probably. But the Friday update is there as well. Today they were doing the gas line, moving it, or connecting it. They had actually installed a new gas line the week before. So they were connecting it today. The water was supposed to be off for 4 hours. I actually never heard anything about it, so I'm not really sure if that did happen. I didn't hear any complaints, so that's a good thing. No news is good news, but that was supposed to happen today. And we did the Department of Labor and Industry. So the plumbing plan was approved. There were some things to change, a few things that they have to bring to the architect or the plumbing review. But the building permit had not yet been approved. So
Department of Health came in first?
No, the Department of Labor and Industry.
Oh,
So the plumbing plan was approved.
Okay.
But the other building permit.
Department of Health Minnesota hasn't yet approved the building.
No, I guess. So the building permit, I didn't even know that they had to still approve it. I thought we were just waiting on the Department of Labor and Industry for the plumbing and the Department of Health. But it sounds like we don't have the building permit back, but that shouldn't be from the Department of Health. I don't think is holding that up.
The state's been super slow on everything.
So they were hoping that there's still that footings would be starting next week for sure. I mean, that's the plan, that they would be starting on the 6th for footings, or if not before, but still are hopeful.
They
It's
need
on
that permit before.
the permit,
But
yeah.
So far, everything that's been done, it doesn't affect the permit. It's all
Yeah.
underground and ground shaping, so.
It sounds like when the permit is approved, it's just a matter of going on, doing it online, paying for it. So it shouldn't hold it up at all. Once it's approved, it should be able to be in hand. So. Yeah, that's where we're at. The groundbreaking ceremony went good, and I love the little piece in the. I've seen the Park Rapids Enterprise little piece. Of course, I got sent that a couple of times because it's on Facebook.
What was it? I didn't catch that one.
You both are in it. There's a little blurb from me, and then there's both of you guys speaking. So look on Park Rapids Enterprise Facebook. Nobody sent it on to you and said, "Oh, you're famous, huh?"
Well, I get the Park Rapids paper, but it was the article they put in.
Did you get it online?
Yeah, some of that stuff's only online. They
And
have
if
little.
it's
Oh, I get the online version, but if I get the physical one, so I never go online to look at it.
The online one probably shows
Was it
you a little
goofy?
recording.
Was it decent or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't want to embarrass myself.
And the Review Messenger had a good article. That was really good. I like how you incorporated from previous ones too with Hugo Pulley.
Yeah, it was a good article. You did.
Yeah, it was good. You read it, was interesting. Even though they gave some of the information, it was like, I like how you incorporated the Hugo in there. Yeah. So, yeah. That's it, I guess. I guess I'm done.
Any incoming calls on people interested? Now that construction is starting.
I think we've had some. I mean, we're actually full. You know, we have more couples than we've ever had. So we were actually today Cheryl was saying we got to watch if we take a couple or a single person for our licensing right now. We've had we haven't had like a lot of couples in the past, but
Well,
right now like that
we're technically a year out before occupancy yet, so.
of the other, yeah. But
Do you want to talk briefly about West Central's video?
Oh.
Did you ever
yes,
figure that out?
yeah, they actually put it in today. So they
Maybe you can let Matt know what.
yeah,
what you found out.
so the construction, so on West Central, if you get West Central TV, because they asked about doing it on YouTube too, and then, but, so they're, West Central, they have that, those state, like they have Spirit Lake.
Live feed,
Yeah, it's a lot.
so people can watch it.
Yeah, they have,
happen.
yep, so they can watch it. They put it in and they did change the camera.
Oh, they got the
Change it. Mhm.
3 different
Yeah.
shots.
Right now I looked at it, though, because he had left me a message and I looked before I came here. And I don't know if it's going against the building, so he said they'd have someone would have to mess with it, but they haven't set it up yet, though.
Is it Pam?
Yeah, it'll pan. The original one they had there did not. It was just showing one spot, and then when I told them that about installing it so the community could see, they said that they would do the one that would pan.
Did they give you a channel number?
It,
Like 9, 11, or 12 or somewhere in there?
yeah, because it's different for our residents, so I don't, yeah, they didn't.
I think the one from Menahga is like 9, 11, or 12, or 13.
You said you could see it in the listing, but it said you didn't have it. It
You
wasn't
want
available.
to subscribe to it, but then after we talked and they went back on, and then it was completely gone.
Oh,
So I don't know if you talked to them, they took it down and now they're putting it back up again.
because they said, no, they shouldn't be able to see that. I said, well, it says they're not subscribed to it, but they can
That's
see that.
exactly what it said,
available.
not subscribed.
They didn't realize that, I don't think, because they said, oh, nobody else should be able to see that. I said, well, they say, not saying they can see it, they say that it's not, they'd have to pay, they can't subscribe to it, but that it's not available, but it's there. So they were asking about it.
Because the ones for the boat landing and for downtown, people don't have to pay for that. You can get online and see that.
Yes, those are YouTube too,
Yeah.
which they asked me
That's
to have it on
why,
YouTube,
okay,
and I
it's YouTube channel.
did say no to that. I mean, no, I don't really need. It's fine for the community, but you know,
Never know how many subscribers you might get on YouTube.
It might be good advertising too, in case
Yeah.
people will see it build up, they'll tell their friends. But I just thought I'd bring that up because I know we
Yeah,
had
sure.
talked about it.
All right, well, since there was a couple things in there, we better have a motion to approve them.
I'll move to approve Laura's report.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Uh,
Hey,
And that approval should cover your insurance.
thank you.
yeah, since your board approved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just on mute. And
Okay.
people in the back talking with me, so.
All right. All right, that gets us into the admin portion.
All right, starting up, we have resolution 2026-18. This is for some donations. Whereas the city of Menahga gratefully acknowledges the following donations: $1,200 from the VFW in support of the fire department, $50 from Thomas and Lauren Hannanen in support of the police department, $750 from the VFW in support of aquatic weed management services for Spirit Lake, $500 from the Gateway Lions in support of the Sounds of Spirit Lake, $1,000 from the Gateway Lions in support of the fire department. Whereas these contributions help support community events and safety in Menahga. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Menahga, Minnesota, that the donations described above are hereby accepted with sincere appreciation. Adopted by the City Council of the City of Menahga, Minnesota, this, the 29th day of June, 2026.
Move to approve.
Second, all in favor say aye. Thank you very much for the donations.
Did they spray in front of the fishing pier for weeds? It looks like there's a lot of weeds.
So, golly, they have not done that portion. And, Ron was talking to me about it today. I can't remember exactly what he said about it, but, I'll tell you what, let me, get an email out to the council tomorrow morning and, I'll have a better answer for you. There was a reason why. And I think it had something to do with the Spirit Lake Association. You guys went and did your portion, right? Because we ordered the exact same square footage
Yeah,
as
we
last
donated
year.
to it and the VFW
Yeah,
donated.
so
Yeah, yeah.
it should be the same coverage as we had last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was down there, this morning actually looking at the boat landing, because we're bringing our sauna barge. And I looked across at the pier, there's nothing but weeds around it. But by the boat landing, there isn't any weeds. So did they not spray around the fishing pier?
I'll have to follow up with you.
Okay, or treat, I should say.
They should have.
And as low as that lake is, the weed beds are really bad. out
They
there.
should have.
I think they're due for their second spraying here pretty soon.
Mhm. It's coming up in July, I think, midsummer's.
All right.
To the resolution to adopt Teamsters contract. You've been through this with a fine tooth comb.
I have, and it went down to, Chris for review, and this is the final product back.
Nothing changed in those PTO.
Well, so, if you look at the PTO, they had a different scale in there, and I'm pretty sure this was just a holdover from a different contract. Fine.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that that hadn't changed from the last contract.
No, that is our, PTO accrual in there. And yes, that's ours.
All right, so this is for January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2028.
Want me to read?
Yeah, you can read the resolution.
All right, this is resolution number 2026-19, resolution approving labor agreement between the city of Menahga and Teamsters Local 346. Whereas Teamsters Local 346 is the exclusive representative for certain city of Menahga employees. Whereas the city of Menahga and Teamsters Local 346 met and negotiated over terms of a new labor agreement between the parties. Whereas the parties reached a tentative agreement on the terms of the labor agreement. Whereas the Public Employee Relations Act requires the city of Menahga execute a labor agreement and implement it in the form of a resolution. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Menahga, Minnesota as follows. The labor agreement between the City of Menahga and Teamsters Local 346 for January 1, 2026 through December 31st, 2028 is approved. 2, the mayor and city clerk treasurer shall execute the agreement. 3, the City of Menahga shall implement the agreement. And
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
Both same sign. Approved, and do you need me to sign something right away, or?
I'll reprint it. I don't know, I'll probably catch you later this week.
CCY. So this is something we've done in the past, sponsored this.
Any corrections?
Is it any concern for your?
Yeah, funded this in the
Oh,
past.
yeah.
Yes, I think this, since I've been here, this will be the third time that the city's funding it.
For $1,843. It's a good program.
Yeah, I would move to approve the
If I understand it, this is a program that seeks to intervene with youth before they get into difficulty, right?
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, but the school contributes a large amount.
Yeah, I saw that.
And you know, person.
I would move to approve the $1,843 contributions to community corrections.
I'll second that motion.
Into the record before we vote.
All right, this is 2026-21 resolution of sponsorship. Resolution authorizing participation with the Community Concern for Youth program with Todd Wadena Community Corrections. Be it resolved by the City Council that Todd County act as a sponsoring unit of government for the projected entitled Community Concern for Youth to be conducted by Todd Wadena Community Corrections during the period from 1/1/27 through 12/31/27. Ron Noon, Chairperson, Wadena County Board of Commissioners, is hereby authorized to execute such agreements and funding as are necessary to implement the project on behalf of the Menahga City Council. Be it resolved that the Menahga City Council hereby agrees to contribute $1,843 for the project entitled Todd Wadena Community Concern for Youth during the period from 1/1/27 through 12/31/27, which is to be paid on 1/1/27. It is understood that the Menahga School Board contributes $4,625 for a total community contribution of $6,468. I hereby certify the above resolution were adopted by the Menahga City Council on 29 June 2026.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Votes are Initiative Foundation.
Has this been an annual donation to the Initiative Fund?
This one we didn't get last year. I think we missed this one last year. The year before, I believe we did it, during, you remember?
I think we've contributed to it. I don't know if it's 2 years ago or 3 years ago or.
They do. They help with grants, loans.
Yeah. I'm familiar with Initiative. I sat on the West Central Initiative Foundation Board for a number of years down in Fergus Falls, so I'm familiar with the initiative funds.
We're looking for a motion to approve $750 to the Initiative Foundation for fiscal year 27. Keith. Second.
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Same sign.
We'll have to get that into the budget.
Yes.
And we've got the declaring a vacancy. I never did get a actual resignation letter from him, but I do have verbal confirmation that he is resigning, his house closed.
I do have a letter from Mr. Hodge, and the council's agreeable. I'd like to read it.
Yep.
Mayor Bjornson and members of the Menahga City Council, it has been both my pleasure and honor to serve the constituents in the city of Menahga as a member of the city council for the allotted duration of my term. Likewise, I offer a measure of appreciation to my fellow council members and the city staff for their diligent attention to detail, guidance, and support, and continuous hard work in an attempt to achieve the mission and goals set before us. In addition, I do hope that I served well and contributed to the success and progress of Menahga beyond proper and beyond. Due to the nature of my family relocating out of the area, please accept the submitted letter as my formal resignation as a City of Menahga council member, effective immediately. Again, much gratitude for this opportunity to serve while learning and growing, and note that my time shared in association to this position of responsibility will be missed, as I have enjoyed the journey. Thank you and blessings, Bill Hodge.
This time.
And this was resolution 2026-20, declaring a vacancy on the Menahga City Council. Whereas pursuant to Minnesota Statute 351.02, a vacancy in an elective office occurs when the incumbent ceases to be an inhabitant of the city for which the incumbent was elected. And whereas Councilmember Bill Hodge has sold their residence and is no longer an inhabitant of the city of Menahga. And whereas the city council desires to formally declare the existence of a vacancy on the city council. Now therefore be it resolved by the city council of the city of Menahga, Minnesota as follows, that a vacancy exists on the Menahga City Council in a seat previously held by Councilmember Bill Hodge, effective 29 June 2026. 2, that the city council will proceed to fill said vacancy by appointment in accordance with Minnesota statutes 412.02, subdivision 2A. 3, that the city clerk treasurer shall provide notice of the vacancy and solicit applications from interested qualified residents of the city of Menahga.
Move to approve the resolution of vacancy.
All in favor, say aye. Right, we have a vacancy. Anybody out there watching or in our newspaper?
We got 2 people.
We have a vacancy to be filled for July through December. We will also have 2 seats up for election and the mayor position up for election. So anybody out there interested in serving the city of Menahga, step on up. All right, this gets the Department of Health funding from the county. And this is what I wanted you to get a little bit of input on. We have an email from this Mr. Vogel. Apparently the opioid settlement gave the county $60,000. And they are passing it out to cities that want it. But the catch is it has to be go for one of these AED units and a Narcan. It's you've got the paperwork in front of you. It's an outdoor box. And Amy, I just kind of wanted your input on that. Have you seen them around? Is it something that you think would be?
So I know City of Medina just had one put in, it wasn't all that long ago, within the last couple of months. Theirs is at BN Park, right kind of in the center of town. I do think it's a good idea because, with so AED, obviously time is of the essence. If somebody's having a heart attack, cardiac issues, naloxone, kind of the same thing with overdoses.
And when I talked to Mr. Vogel, he said a lot of these people are putting like by pickleball courts and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we've got the beach and the pickleball courts just right there. So that was my thought if we were to move forward with this. Right in that area. I mean,
that's kind of what I was thinking too. I do think it would be beneficial. We did get an extra AED on some grant funding that we got, and that one is designated to the lifeguards to have, but they don't remember to grab it. It's just kind of an extra thing to carry around, and I understand that. I think it would be a good idea to have it. But the question is kind of like we talked about it a little bit. I learned about this right before the meeting started. What is the cost to maintain this? Like long term? Sounds like the way that this works, if I remember correctly, there's a camera on it. If we get the same one as Wadena anyway, I assume we would. If the door's open, it sounds an alarm, it calls dispatch, so we know it's being accessed. So it's pretty monitored. So I don't think it's a bad idea.
I think I just talked to him a little bit on the phone. It's a grant to start with, and then it's I think it was $50 a month eventually. I don't have all the details. We have to get more details on that end of it. This is for discussion to see if there's interest. And then we can have it at the regular meeting in July. We have until the 15th of July to get in on these funds. Otherwise it just goes away.
If we were to do this will then make the second one in Menahga. At the last VFW meeting, we voted to get one.
AED.
Yeah.
Do you have naloxone too, or just the AED?
Just the AED.
Okay.
Now the naloxone, is that a injection?
No, it's a nasal spray. If you put it up the nose, it's for opioid overdoses.
That's where the money came from, the opioid settlement. And they go hand in hand. You might need to recharge their heart.
Well, I'm just wondering, I understand the AED kind of drives itself.
Yes,
Yeah,
if it's the
and
same
it
one,
tells you
you'll
where
be,
to put the patches and
yes.
it can
It
tell
talks you
if
through.
it's even needed. And if it's not
Yep.
needed, it won't shock.
Yep.
But naloxone, I don't know, how would somebody know if they're even supposed to use it? I wouldn't.
It's not
know.
gonna hurt you.
I would
Basically, if you have somebody go unresponsive,
give them the naloxone at the same
yep,
time.
it's not gonna hurt them to give it to them.
I think the school has two in their buildings.
AEDs.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a bad thing to have, obviously, with like a lot of our grant stuff too, when we got the AEDs, now we're running into the batteries are dying. That's not covered under grant funding. It's not cheap to replace them, stuff like that.
Yeah, like in the dead of winter, it's 30 degrees below zero outside with a northwest wind,
Read somewhere.
20 miles an hour. Does this have a charger on board that keeps a battery charged?
No, it's the same batteries as ours. Am I dreaming or was this heated?
I don't remember.
Naomi sent the email out.
Yeah, I don't remember if it's temperature controlled. Would guess it has something to do with it because the naloxone can't get too hot. They can't freeze.
So it has a 24-volt DC converter power and backup power source, 1-year warranty on it. GPS if the AED is taken, because we all know that things can happen. And if it's the same one as ours, anytime you use well, this is interesting. It says replacement of AED batteries when needed to.
Well, that's where I think we need to dig in a little farther with this, Ogle or Sarah Ness at the Public Health Care Director. That's where this comes from.
I agree with you, Jody. If it's done, you'd want to put it where it's most likely to be used.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. By the pickle court and the beach would probably be good location.
So our council meeting is on the 13th, so if we move at that point, we can get in on this. So I'd say get some more information, Brett, get the dollar numbers so the grant gets it to us, and then what?
Yes.
It's something about $50 a month, but I don't know if that was, thought it was after a certain period of time, like after a couple of years, something you start paying that for battery and.
Well, that was kind of one of my concerns, right? Is, okay, so this grant covers for 3 to 4 years. And then magically bills start showing up and it's like, well, who approved this? When did this happen?
Well, that's
right?
what we need to find out what the cost is.
Yeah.
Once it gets to that point, and if it's something that we would have to put away in the wintertime, I mean.
It shouldn't be.
It says right here, it says smart cabinet specifications,
Okay, so it's got the.
regulated heating and ventilation.
So it'd be accessible in the winter down there for the ice fishermen and stuff.
Well, that too. I mean, there's a lot of upside to having it available.
Yeah, I think it would be a good idea. I support it.
Well, it's someplace that people can get to it where, if it's in here or in the school or they don't know where all those are. This
Yeah,
figures that out.
We have those kids, doing this fall and spring activities down in that area too. If the kid would happen to need it.
Relative to the power, it says here that it's powered through 24-volt DC converter, hardwired in with the use of safety extra low voltage. So that must be
So we have to
charging the
find out if they
battery
cover the
then.
cost of everything,
Yeah,
not just the unit itself, what it comes to like installing this and stuff too.
yeah. We do have power down there too, to the pickleball court. There's that power pole right there for the lights. So if it needed juice, we do have power right there.
The building or the pavilion up there. It's accessible from the easy access from the beach and also from the pickleball court.
Under camera, well, even though it does have camera, it'll take a picture if somebody opens it, messes with it. But if they don't open it, they're messing with it. It would be nice to have it under camera view in case someone's tampering with it.
It might be a good idea, Keith, to put it up in that area.
That way you get mounted up against the wall there. I'm not or something.
Then you could just put signage down the pickleball court, AED located directly over. By the
Yeah,
field.
close. That's right, close there. Yeah. All right, so that's what I'd say. Let's get a little more information, see what the cost is once the grant goes out, see what see how much of it they cover installation wise and whatnot. Just some more information and then we can act on it on the 13th. Still get it on the phone. Thank you, Amy.
Thanks, Andy.
I don't quite know why they want to acquire some of our property, but
Is it this darkened spot here?
yeah, so it's
Saying they want to
the
acquire?
little corner at the liquor store right up to the sign and then that's our property and they're buying it all the way down. These other properties they're buying it from too. This is just our part.
Yeah, but this is what they want to buy from us.
Sidewalk, Jody?
Well, I know they had to widen the sidewalk, but we were going to, from the plans, they were going to narrow the parking lanes. I guess that's right where the parking lane goes away, so that's why. That would be why. Farther uptown, they're narrowing the parking lanes so they can widen the sidewalks. That portion on, they don't have the parking lanes, so they have to widen it out a little further.
Well, why would they need this little block here then?
I'm not sure.
Well, there's that power pole there, so I wonder if they're having to move all that to widen out to make ADA accessible ramp from the road.
It might be, the ADA stuff was what was moving everything because they had to change the angle of the ramp to make it legal. They can't be as steep as the old ones. They have to be less of a grade, which makes them longer, and then you have to still have your flat sidewalk. So that's most likely the case. I'm surprised we didn't have a little more information in this. What it amounts to is DOT is gonna buy a little bit of our property, which doesn't affect us in the least.
And it probably enhances the project too,
Yeah.
connectivity and stuff.
Have they said how much they're gonna pay for the property?
Not yet.
Push off.
Fair market value.
And alls it is sidewalk.
Yeah.
That's all that's there, so, and which is all getting replaced by the state, so. It's kind of an information deal that they're gonna take some. And you've been in contact with them, I'm sure, but
Yes, I have. But like, I didn't even see this in my mail, right? Because typically they will just email me this stuff. They sent this in a letter and I had a stack on my desk for it. So like, this was just really confusing at first. But yeah, I talk with Kelly a lot. So like
yeah,
Compaticles.
this is all part of that 2028 highway project 71. And I guess Mike was in and talked to you about his property. I didn't understand what that was all about, why they were going down his road that far, Mike Margin.
yes, he was in, I can't, what was the context? I can't remember.
I think that
talked
was the
for
same thing with the DOT.
So his concern is the roundabout.
They had told him the roundabout was gonna be 80 footer. And I don't think there's 80 feet there, and they're not moving anything. They told us they weren't moving.
I mean, I pulled up the blueprint that they sent us, and this was also part of their open house that they had. Like it fits
Right,
perfectly
where
in
it's
there.
already there.
Yeah.
I know they're changing the sidewalks to direct the traffic into them. They're widening them out and whatnot to funnel. I didn't think it would affect his property.
No, it didn't affect any property. No, and I think his other concern too were like, what are the trucks going to do? The trucks have to go follow it around. Like, no. There's like a little raised area, but the trucks
They'll make
made
a little sort of.
Yeah, they're designed to crawl up, the trailer's designed to crawl up on it anyway.
Oh, yeah. These are only an inch and a half, I think. It's like the one in Pelican.
Yeah, Pelican's got a really nice one there that took the traffic light out and everything. It's really, I went through there many times with the truck. It's easy peasy.
You don't even feel that little bump.
No.
All right, now we get to the block work.
So we're gonna go ahead and sell that little chunk, is that what?
Well, it's
That's
kind of it's up for, 2028. They're just saying we want to acquire it. And I don't, it's pretty hard to, if we want the improvement, it won't affect anything on our property really. All right, then we get the block work. So this this whole little deal out front. The entryway.
Yeah.
And then there's, I believe it was 9 blocks I counted around the outside that are deteriorated and he'll have to chunk out and replace. Then he's going to seal 2 feet up all the way around so we don't have this problem.
Didn't you say he wasn't gonna replace it with block though? He's gonna use something else?
No, he'll replace the blocks.
Oh, he'll replace
Out
blocks
here.
there, but not
This
here.
will all get replaced. There's no fixing what's here.
Yeah.
You can't fix it. It's
So is he planning to replace it with new block
Yep,
or some other?
demo and replace. And it's similar block. He's got a similar color. If we want that, we can change the color if we want to go something different. They don't make that block anymore. Yeah. From who knows what.
90?
It's not a big issue if it doesn't match perfectly.
No, that's it. I mean, it might actually look good if we go a little darker or a little lighter.
Little contrast.
Set it off a little bit. He did say he would try to make the tops of the pillars similar to what they are now with the slopes and.
And then was he gonna seal them to prevent future?
He'll seal just like the whole building. He's gonna seal around the whole building.
Did he say how often that sealing needs to be reapplied?
It doesn't. Put 2 coats on, you never have to do it again.
Oh, really?
It's real sealant.
Okay.
So it
Do you
should,
know, do you know this guy, Jody, or what?
yeah, it's one of the only block guys I know. I know 2 block guys. And one of them's Ken, Glenn, and he's beyond this. He's like, no. And then I rounded this guy up and got him to give me an estimate. For all the concrete hauling I do, that's the only 2 people I know that do block work anymore.
What's the name? I can't read. Is that MYLE masonry or what is that?
Butts, METC,
Oh, what's that?
Mutts Masonry. He's out of Park Rapids.
You're confident we'll get a good job out of this guy?
Oh, yeah. He does very good work.
And the other guy wouldn't give a bid?
No,
Because we're
Glenn,
supposed to have 2 bids.
Glenn don't want anything to do with it.
He didn't want anything to do with it. So he was the only guy you could get a bid.
He's too old, and then for this price range, it's
That's gotta get done. I'll move to accept the masonry bid of $10,716.50 to Mutts Masonry.
go ahead, Keith. Yep. No more discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Same sign. All right. Did you have his number on there for you to call him?
No. I definitely, you have his.
I've got it.
Okay, yeah.
I'll call him and tell him we ordered it. Sound like you want to get going out right away. Okay?
Well, now's the time because like it's already.
Everything else is tore up. We might as well get to that too. Alrighty. Oh. We'll go into closed session pursuant to Minnesota statute 13B05 subdivision 3B as permitted by the attorney-client privilege. The purpose of this closed session is to discuss ongoing legal matters involving Teamsters and BMS and to receive legal advice from our city attorney. Close the regular meeting, the open portion of the meeting at 7:30.
2 as well.
They'll all be separate. We'll go into one, we'll come out, we'll go into one.
Open, close, open,
Yeah.
close.
They're all separate.
And for our folks on stream, we're gonna be off stream. Adjournment will be off stream as well. Thank you for attending, everyone.
Jody, right after this with the attorney, I'll have to come out and